when they hear Sandstorm and Sir Big Spur starts getting those claws sharpened, Williams-Brice Stadium comes alive in support of their South Carolina Gamecocks. There's nothing quite like a great rivalry matchup in college football. The bitterness, the intensity, the lifetime of memories that will come as a result of what we're about to see in this one. As we'll see a squad from the Big Ten, the Texas A&M Aggies, taking on the fourth-ranked team in the land, the South Carolina Gamecocks. Glad to have you with us for EA Sports College Football. I'm Reese Davis, David Pollack and Jesse Palmer with me in the booth. Guys, we are ready to tee it up. And the Gamecocks will put total leather and we'll get started. He'll return it. Didn't find any crease in that kickoff coverage, and he'll be stopped at the 17. This crowd trying to show them what it's going to be like all day in this house. Hand off from the shotgun. They believe in that running game. Got 6 before he stopped at the 23. Guys, in basketball through the years, we've seen the Big Ten ACC Challenge, and it'll be fun to watch this one on the football field.
I think this is going to be a real test of physicality. I know these are two conferences that pride themselves on that, going out and establishing the line of scrimmage. So, David, interesting X's and O's matchup here in this one.
Yeah, and it's always cool to have those measuring stick opponents. Like, once we start getting deeper in the season and start having the comparison game, well, you have a matchup, a big matchup of a Big Ten school versus an ACC school. This will be used in the college football playoff criteria.
The give out of the gun. They bring him down, and he's going to lose a yard on that one.
And you hear about run blitzes. This is exactly what a run blitz is. When you know the ball's coming up the middle, you want to bring those linebackers, get them closer to the line of scrimmage, and fire. Right when the ball snaps, he's coming downhill, doing a good job creating a loss. That linebacker really knew what was going on.
They get him stopped at the 32. That's a gain of 4. This crowd, full throat, splitting the eardrums and letting them know it's going to be a long day. On 3rd and long, trying to have a big completion here. He's going to let one fly down the middle. And that one's incomplete. They weren't just trying to move the chains. They were trying to move the scoreboard. Instead, it's 4th down.
Well, the quarterback and his intended target just simply didn't have the timing there. The ball falls incomplete on 3rd, now setting up 4th down.
Texas A&M will have to boot it away. Looks as if they might have a little something going on that drive, but they'll have to kick it. And the coverage team able to make the tackle. Offense set on 1st down. They'll ride the running back and leave it with him. And he was fortunate not to lose yardage on that play, able to wedge it back to the line of scrimmage. Got stuffed on 1st down. It's 2nd and 10. Wide receiver coming across in motion. On 2nd down, looking to throw. Makes the catch. It's Robinson. They make the stop right there. Good pickup, but still short of the 1st down. Last time these two got together, it was a tight one, Jesse.
Seems like every time these two teams play, the game just feels faster, right? Because it is a rivalry game. There's just a greater sense of urgency when we see these teams match up.
Yeah, the fans feel it. They know it. There's so much to it. They think about it all year long. When you talk about the next game on the schedule, they're always looking forward to this one.
The Gamecocks will snap it on 1st and 10. Looking to move it through the air. Gets it out fast. He's brought down. Solid pickup, but a little bit short of the 1st down.
Nice completion here to this wide receiver. And you're going to see this receiver line up in different spots all over the field all game long. Defense has got to keep their eye on where this guy is because they know he's a big part of this offense's success.
Crosses the 30. He's got a lane. And he breaks into the open. And he ran away from the defense to take it in. Touchdown, Gamecocks! PAT unit on the field. And the PAT makes it 7-0. A very efficient 5-play scoring drive. And they finished it off with a 40-yard touchdown run. The kickoff bounces through the end zone. They'll bring it out to the 25. Texas A&M has it back on the offense, ready to go to work. That last drive fizzled out, Jesse. They had to punt it.
Yeah, they did. And, David, they're just going to have to do a better job this time around.
No, he loses the ball after the huge gain. Defense swarming on that loose ball. It'll be a turnover.
As a defender, you love the big hits. And you know what the cherry on the sundae is? When you get the big hit and force the fumble.
First down for this offense. They'll come out on this drive and let it rip, using the quick game. They are on the move down to the 32, and they pick up another first down.
It's a nice play design there. You're getting the running back involved in the pass game. The quarterback gives it to him early so he can go to work upfield and get the first down.
Takes the handoff. It's Robinson. A most efficient pickup of 6 on first down. It's 2nd and 4.
I know it's sexy to throw the football, but if you can pound it away and get these kind of gains, they will just add up, wear the defense down, get first downs, and ultimately get some points.
On 2nd down, he'll fire. And the quarterback will take a sack back at the 36.
And that's a great job by the defense not letting that bird out of the cage. When you can run like this guy can, you got to keep the edge. Did a great job. He went backwards, retreated, gave up some ground. They didn't give up the outside, got the sack on the field.
And the defense gets loose, bringing the heat, and down he goes again. And the Gamecocks will punt it away on 4th down. First punt of the day, and he'd love to lock them up close to their goal line. Bringing it back, it's Costa. They'll get him down at the 21-yard line. The coverage team able to stop him right there. Texas A&M has it back, and we say howdy to the Aggie offense again. Ball security always paramount. That football must be riveted to your rib cage, Jesse, and it wasn't last time.
And look, he knows that happens again. He's going to find himself on the sideline. So this is going to be a dude very motivated to make some plays on this drive.
Yeah, and I think it's frustrating, but you got to put it behind you. You got to move on. And this offense has to go through him anyways. You got to be able to run the football and have some balance.
They'll try the run. He makes the stop at the 48. That'll be enough for a first down and a pickup of 10. Running the ball's in the Aggies' DNA. I mean, that dates back to the Junction boys.
It's the physicality. They find those guys up front that can make holes, and I think that's when you see the great A&M teams. Really good offensive line paving the way for those backs and those great teams they've had.
The sweet feet keeping the play alive. And this one's not working. He'll just throw it away. The biggest lie college football coaches tell is nameless, faceless opponent. David, game like this, you know their name and you know their face.
You know them well, and it does mean just a little bit more because it's bragging rights. Like, the rivalries matter so much all throughout the year. All the fans talking about this game in particular, that's why it means more, and that's why these players will be jacked out of their minds.
And the defense holds firm. No pickup at all on that play.
Awesome job up front by this defensive line, being so good at the point of attack and eating blocks, eating some double teams that allows these linebackers to run free, unencumbered, and get to the football.
Decibels rising as the crowd gets behind this defense on 3rd down. From the gun, wants to pass. Fires to the right. Got him downfield. Touchdown, Texas A&M. What a grab and go for the score.
And that is the first passing touchdown, first of many of the season for this offense. Nice drive by the offense. Way to finish it, take care of the football, make some plays in the passing game. This offense looks like they're going to be a really hard one to stop.
And for a quick update, let's go to Kevin Connors in the studio.
Guys, let's take a look at what's happening in a great college football matchup. Troy is ahead in this one. This team plays a fun brand of football there in the Fun Belt, but they're a long way from closing this out. They're up by 7 over the Royals. We'll circle back if anything changes in this exciting college football matchup.
Thanks for the update on that one, Kevin. Let us know when it goes final. South Carolina ready to go on the attack in another offensive odyssey. They hope to be able to cash in on this drive, David, after having to punt it last time.
Yeah, and I think this offense needs to start it with the first play. You need to be successful and productive on that first play, and it gets you in less predictable situations.
No doubt, too. And don't you just feel like there's a little bit more sense of urgency on this drive? It just feels like they've got to be able to put some points up on the board here.
Offense getting set for first down. Looking to throw. Working that left side now. That is exactly what you're looking for when you talk explosive plays. The defense finally able to make the stop.
I don't know who on defense is going to cover this guy. Honestly, he could be a problem for this defense over the middle of the field in the passing game.
It's 1st and 10 from the 31. He wants to throw. Using his feet to buy time. Got it in the middle. It's Cotton. And he was loose and not stopped until he gets to the 47-yard line.
And it's so hard to be on the run and make an accurate throw. It's just very tough. Very few people can do it. Again, we see the freaks and we see the highlights all the time, but that's a tough thing to do. He made it look...
He tries to take the top off. And it slips through his fingers, incomplete. That would have been a huge gain if he could have squeezed it.
Hey, listen, the quarterback didn't get the completion on that throw, but that doesn't mean you can't try again. Trusting your playmakers outside to push the field and stretch it vertically and make a play for you. It won't surprise me to see this QB take more shots as this game goes on.
He'll do it himself. And a short gain on this run, and that'll bring us to the end of the first. They've changed ends of the field, now facing 3rd down as they go back to work. The offense will have to use its first timeout of the half. Ball just inside the 40 at the 39. It's 3rd and short. They'll try to pick up the first through the air. He's got his man. Just what they'd hoped for on 3rd down as they've got a first at the 32. The Gamecocks come to the line with a new set of downs. He's looking to throw it. Catch in the middle. It's Cotton. Just keeps picking up the tough yards and gets it down to the 26.
This defense is going to have their hands full trying to defend the pass with all of these weapons they've got on the perimeter of the field. That is a great job bringing a dangerous target down right away after he catches the slant.
Caught in the backfield. It's Hunt. Got some room, entered to the goal line. Touchdown, Gamecocks! Made the grab and finished the deal in the end zone. They'll try to add another to their lead. And the extra point is true, and they're on top by 7. Lining up to cover the kick after that touchdown drive. He thought about bringing that out for a half second, but he'll take a knee and they'll bring it to the 25. Texas A&M has it back in the offense, ready to go to work. That last drive really productive. David wound up with a touchdown. They'll try to do it again.
Yeah, so I don't expect this offense to change too much, Reese. They had a great drive. They got the touchdown. Everything working. I would expect them to keep pushing this ball downhill.
And just imagine if they could put another touchdown on the board right here. They could capture so much momentum in this game with back-to-back TDs.
Pulls it in. It's Costa. That one could really put this drive into high gear as they have a first down at the 37.
Nice job by the running back catching the football and understanding where the first down marker was. I got to go get that first down. Did a nice job of it.
Turns it on in midfield. Nothing but green ahead. Tag. And he glides into the end zone easily, but this one might be coming back. That celebration turned sour quickly after they saw that flag, and it wiped out the big play and the touchdown. The offense lining up for a first down play. They go to the ground. He's brought down, but there's a flag on the field. Let's see which way that's going to go. So the decision has been made, and the coach will take the penalty. Looking for a productive play on first down. He'll set up to throw. And the heat gets there. And they get him down at the 14-yard line.
And that's just pure speed off the line of scrimmage. That offensive tackle had no shot. Barely even got a hand on that D-end as he came around the outside.
On second down, he'll let it fly. Fires into traffic, intercepted. And he's going to score on the interception. Touchdown, South Carolina. Lining up to tack one more onto that lead. And the extra point puts them on top 21-7. They're lining up to kick it off after the pick six, and that defense will come out feeling it. That ball skips through the end zone. It's a touchback, and they'll take over at the 25-yard line. Texas A&M has it back, and we say howdy to the Aggie offense again. This is when the pressure can ramp up a little bit on an offense, David, when they start feeling the heat to answer a score.
And I think being down 14, you can kind of feel that way. But, dude, if you put a good drive together, this is a 7-point game. So, Palmer, no need to panic.
I was just going to say, David, I mean, this thing can flip quick. You go down, score, all of a sudden your defense gets a stop, or who knows, better yet, gets a turnover. This game is entirely different.
Throws to the wideout. A strike downfield. Finally run out of bounds, but he has this offense rolling with a first down. Big chunk play to start this drive. Now they'll really try to take it to this defense. To the air on first down. Pocket starts to collapse. And he was drilled just as he released the pass. It's incomplete.
Well, this defense felt coming into the game that if he was going to try to throw from the pocket, they could get to him and affect his accuracy, and they did on that last play.
Shows him the stiff arm.
The run game just has not been working for this offense all game long. You saw it on that last play as well. Just not getting enough push up front on the offensive line. They haven't been physical.
Better find the earplugs. Here comes the noise, backing this defense on third down. Complete to the right. He's off to the races. Big gain on that one as he steps out of bounds with a first down.
Well, after that last play, you can see how electrifying this guy is and how special he is after he makes the catch. If I'm on offense, I'm trying to find a lot of ways to get him touches in this game.
And the Aggies are moving quickly down the field. Into the end zone he goes. Touchdown, Aggies. Lining up to add another. And with the extra point, they're down a touchdown, 21-14. A very efficient 5-play scoring drive. And they finish it off with the score from the 4. He'll bring it back from inside his 5. And they'll haul down the returner to start us on the next drive. And the South Carolina offense is back on the field. The way this game started, you feel as if you have to score a touchdown every time you have it, and now we'll see if they can respond.
Yeah, and I wonder how much pressure that puts on the offense. Jesse, like, you know this is back and forth, and I got to score, and every possession matters so much. What does that do to you as a quarterback?
Well, it puts a lot more pressure on you for sure to feel like I got to make every third down throw. If guys are open vertically down the field, I got to hit them too. We can't let our serve get broken.
And the quarterback goes down at the 11-yard line.
This defense, they are tenacious, and they've got guys up front that are athletic and that are so strong and then can collapse the pocket. You saw it right there in that play-action attempt.
You make up the game plan and not a lot on the play sheet for this. Third and long from inside their own 20. From the gun, wants to pass. He took a hit as he threw it and couldn't deliver the football. It's incomplete and fourth down's coming. And the Gamecocks will try to pin them back with the punt. This will be the second time they've had to kick it away. Looking for a block. It's Costa. He's brought down, but a really solid effort to pick up every bit of yardage he could on the punt return. Texas A&M has it back on the offense, ready to go to work. And David, how they would love to stick it in the end zone one more time after that last drive.
And once you get the defense on their heels and you back them off a little bit, you get in a little bit of rhythm, it's really hard to stop, Jesse, and they're going to try to do it again right here.
And if you're this play caller, you're loving what's happening right now because everything you dialed up on that last drive ended up working out. You're just looking at your play sheet. Everything you're picking is working. Let's see if they can pull it off again here.
A strong tackle and wrap-up from the junior.
You know, runs like this oftentimes are like a boxer in a boxing match. Obviously, it's not a knockout punch, but these are body blows. As the game goes on, these small gains are going to turn into longer runs.
Here comes this home crowd as the defense tries to get off the field on third down. From the gun, wants to pass. Getting some heat. That pass not close as he got drilled trying to deliver it, and it'll bring up fourth down.
And that's a play on third down. This offense just has to do a better job protecting their quarterback. Give him a split second more time to complete that throw, but they couldn't do it then.
The Aggies send out the punt team to kick it away. He'll call for the fair catch here. South Carolina ready to go on the attack in another offensive odyssey. They missed an opportunity to extend this lead the last time they had it, Jesse.
Yeah, they got to be able to regain that momentum, right? Go back to what was working earlier on in this one. And David, to me, that starts with being the more physical team.
No, I definitely agree. Being the more physical team, but understanding the situation of the game. You're still winning. You got the football back. Now put a nice drive together and execute.
Looking for a huge play. And that ball is hauled in inside the 35. And they'll do more than move the chains. They'll move that thing more than 30 yards down the field before he's finally stopped. They made the defense pay with that last big chunk of yardage. Now 1st and 10 from the 30. Makes the grab. It's Cotton.
And I love working the slot receivers. You see so much of that. It's about matchups, right? I can put a fast guy in that slot, maybe get him matched up on a linebacker or a safety. I like working those guys in those matchups. Favorable for the offense for sure.
Finds his big tight end. They get him down, but this offense is set up 1st and goal from the 9.
This offense is clicking, and clearly everything is working. The offensive coordinator's calling big plays, the quarterback and his unit is executing, and this defense right now, they have no answers.
Grabbed over the middle. It's Robinson. And he'll take it in and house it. Touchdown, Gamecocks!
One thing this team has shown early this year, it does not take them long to find their footing. They get off to fast starts. That was critical for them, winning their first game, and you've seen it here in this one too. They show up ready to go. There's no sleepwalking, but you got to give this coaching staff a ton of credit, putting their players in good positions to have success.
They got the late touchdown on the board, now about to kick it away and hoping the defense can keep them from answering. The ball squirts through the end zone. That'll be a touchback. They'll bring it out to the 25. Texas A&M has it back, and we say howdy to the Aggie offense again. This late in the half, you're behind. You'd love to create something before the break to snags it down the right side. Hit the gas, kid, wide open ahead. And he takes it all the way. They couldn't stop him. Touchdown, Aggie. On to attempt the try. And it's up and good as they draw just a touch closer. That kind of drive will boost your confidence. One play, hit the big pass, put a touchdown on the board. The kickoff team takes the field to boot this one away. Here he comes from inside his own 5. He was looking for more running room, but none to be found as he stopped at the 23. Inside 30 seconds to play in the half. We'll see how aggressive they are on this drive. He wastes no time and comes out throwing. He's looking deep. It's complete. A huge pickup. We've got a timeout in the waning seconds of the half. Maybe a chance to get off a couple more plays. Just a few seconds remaining here as they try to put something up before halftime. Trying to find his man on 1st down. He makes the catch. He gets it all the way down to the 5-yard line. A terrific catch and run before he stopped. They'll use a timeout right before halftime. Maybe time for 1 or 2 more plays. One more play before the teams head to the locker rooms. Firing to the right, complete. Touchdown, Gamecocks. Reeled it in and just made the house call. That was a lightning-fast drive that ends with a touchdown.
If you can string a few more drives like that together, man, we might as well get our popcorn out because we're going to get a lot of score.
And the extra point pushes the lead to 14. Quick strike offense on that 3-play scoring drive. And the score comes on a 5-yard touchdown pass. They're just about ready to kick it away. Going for the return. They finally make the stop, but that one will make those halftime stats look a little nicer as we head to the break. First half in the books. Time now to join Kevin Connors in our halftime update. Texas A&M ready to kick it away to get the third quarter started. He's going to bring it out from deep. Gets it across the 20 to the 21, and not quite what he would have picked up just taking the touchback. And the South Carolina offense is back on the field. They start this third quarter with the lead, but they might want to think about shoring up that protection.
Yeah, the good news is you're leading on the scoreboard. The bad news is your quarterback doesn't feel like it because you can't protect him. So, David, adjustments in pass protection, that has to be something they were talking about here at halftime.
100%. You can't get him hit that much. He's still doing a good job delivering the football, but if you keep hitting the quarterback enough, man, they'll start to see ghosts, they'll panic, and they'll make some of those mistakes.
Going up top on first down. Caught in the backfield, it's Robinson. And a good job in coverage there as they stop it after just a few.
Well, it's important in this game, this offense gets the running back involved out on the perimeter in space where he can do some damage. That time they got it to him throwing the football. He picked up a couple of yards, but it gives the defense something to think about.
Throws to the tight end. He's got it. The ball scores free. And they put it on the deck, but it gets out of bounds to avoid the turnover. The Gamecocks have it with a 1st and 10. Use the play fake, now to throw. Fires to the wideout. And he just overshot his man and threw it out of bounds, incomplete.
Nice job by the defense there, taking all throws away from the quarterback. He had nowhere to put that football in the field to play, so that ball obviously had to go out of bounds.
Quick touch pass to the receiver. The defense wouldn't let him loose there, and it was a completion, but they lost yardage.
Well, I love the aggressive nature of the defense on that play. Everybody playing with eye discipline. They saw the pre-snap motion. They knew who had the football, and you saw guys play with excellent instinct, running downhill and making a tackle.
They line up with some serious work to do if they want to convert this one. On 3rd and long, doesn't need to take the check down. Hauls it in. And they got the defense on that one, and they get it to the 29-yard line.
And, man, this quarterback has had a day with that pass. He goes over 300 yards on the day. Really nice job executing, putting up some yards today. Pretty good day for the young man.
He's brought down quickly. Minimal gain there. Still a bit short of the 1st down.
I love offenses and quarterbacks that are willing to take the easy stuff. Take those easy throws that are guaranteed to get positive yards. Yeah, I'm going to take big shots down the field too. But don't forget, it's easier to pick up 2nd and 5, 3rd and 5 than it is when we start getting those long yardage situations.
Well, the offense knew what they needed to get that 1st down, so they dial up the running play, and they get just enough to keep the drive alive.
Trying to cap this drive with the pass. Gets it out quickly. And he'll step out of bounds after a very productive play.
Guys out of the backfield now, it's not just run the ball downhill anymore. You got to be versatile. I got to be able to trust you in the pass game, and I got to be able to throw you the football. You can do that right there. I know you're going to catch it, and I can depend on you.
Running back goes in motion. On 2nd down, he's looking downfield. That pass is incomplete, and they're probably fortunate that it wasn't knocked free for a fumble.
That's how you blow up the screen pass if you're on defense. You got to hit the quarterback fast and force the incompletion.
They'd love to pick up this 3rd down and get a fresh set with 1st and goal. On 3rd and short, trying to impose their will and move the chains. And he sprints to the end zone. Touchdown, South Carolina. Now they've got a little breathing room. They are in firm control of this game, guys, but you never want to let up in a rivalry game.
Because it only takes one play. We know how much of a factor momentum can be in these types of rivalry games, David, so this game's still far from over.
And this is where my leadership and my experience comes into play. When you got guys that have been through these fires, been through these rivalry games, you know the swings happen quick. Now you got to swing it back your way.
Texas A&M has it back on the offense, ready to go to work. They're down by 21 points, but you get a touchdown here, and you do at least apply a little game pressure, Jesse.
It's true. I think for them to get back in this one at this point now, they need the quarterback to...
Nothing but green grass down the middle. And the tackle is made, but there has been a flag thrown. Just an obvious holding call there, and one that just kills an offense's momentum. Line gets set, first down. He's looking to pass. Unloads to the wideout. Caught over the middle. It's Gilliam. Plays like that, he's fitting in with the Aggie legends, Christian Kirk and Mike Evans.
And that's when you've seen them just high-flying, fun, tempo, making plays down the field. Having those go-to guys, those A&M offenses were always fun to watch.
Well, you're making a positive out of a negative. And that time, quarterback, nice job buying time. He's trying to throw the football downfield. Nothing there, so instead of throwing it away and getting the incomplete, just get what you can get and make this next down more manageable.
Pass on the way. It's picked off. Going the other way, and he's got room. And he has taken it all the way back. Touchdown, Gamecocks.
He made that look a lot easier than it is. When you break on a football, you got to see it and go at the perfect angle. The free safety leaves his spot, goes and gets it, and then does the hard part, takes it back to the house for 6.
And the extra point will tack another one onto this lead. We check in with Kevin Connors. What's going on, Kevin?
Guys, right back to your game after we update the nation on this one. SMU rolled to victory today in a game where they not only capitalized on opportunities, they created them. And that's the way this coach wants them to play every week. A lot to go through in the film session this week for both teams. But, boy, it sure is going to be easier for the side that came away with the win.
Kevin, thanks a lot for that one. Sounds as if they had a good one there. And this one will be stopped for no gain.
That back had absolutely nowhere to run the football. Actually, is he counting? I think he's counting to make sure there's only 11 guys on defense.
He's looking for an open man on second down. Connection to the right. And chunk plays are the name of the game, and they get one here before the defense finally makes the stop. From the 44-yard line, the offense snaps it on first down. He's going to pass. He lofts one down the sideline. And it's picked off for the 3rd time today.
What a play by the safety. Really good understanding. Like, listen, if I'm going to sit back and I'm going to play cover 2 and I'm a free safety, I'm free to go get that thing. But I got to see the route. I got to see the wide receiver breaking, understanding the quarterback's throwing the football. And as soon as that hand separates from the other hand, I'm breaking on it. Does a great job breaking on it and making the catch.
Quarterbacks generally, guys, we know, they're not as big and not as physical runners as running backs. So it is going to be trickier for them to break tackles. I like the idea of getting the design quarterback run game going. Moving forward, let's see if we can get him out to the perimeter.
I like the decision by the quarterback here. Just get the ball out of your hands, get it to your playmaker. A lot of times he'll dance and make even bigger plays than he did here, but it was still a positive game.
They're bringing heat. Finds his man. It's Cotton. And they'll finally get him down after a terrific pickup.
On third down, offenses have their plays. What they like at third short, what they like third medium, third long. Great job by the offense having success. Now it's incumbent upon the defense to learn their plays and try to shut it down throughout the game.
Flips it out to the back. And a good job of coverage by that defense, just a short pickup. They were able to make the completion, but he had to pick his way for just a little bit. Needed a little more help to spring him for some yardage.
Yeah, if you're going to have success when you throw it outside like that, you're going to need some more blocking and better blocking downfield. Give the defense credit, though. They were able to rally and made a tackle.
That is just a sideline credit. Roll, catch, toe drag, everything you want.
Man, if I'm a defense, I got to find a way to get some more pressure on the quarterback or disrupt their timing and their rhythm. I can't give them these big chunk plays through the air. I got to be maybe a little bit more aggressive or do something a little bit different.
Okay, ready? And the Gamecocks are on the move.
29 Philly, 2-9 Philly.
On the option. And brought down. Looks as if that's how we'll end the third.
That's the end of the third quarter. With the score, South Carolina 49, Texas A&M 21.
Second down now as they're ready to go back to work. Trying play action. Gonna take a shot. Makes the catch. Touchdown Gamecocks. And the punishment has been extended.
And another good touchdown drive by this offense. And how about the start to the season? Blowout win in game one. Blowout win looking like in game two. This unit's clicking. They're looking like a team that will be reckoned with when the playoffs start late in the year.
He'll try to tack on one more. And the extra point just tacks a little bit more onto this huge lead. Almost ready to kick it away after scoring the touchdown. And it'll be a touchback. The ball will come out to the 25-yard line. Texas A&M has it back, and we say howdy to the Aggie offense again. Handoff to the lone back. Works ahead for a couple. They'll stop him at the 27.
I never know if it's grammatically correct to say a team is being out-physicaled. You hear it a lot in football, though. That's happening in this game. They are just not getting the push they need all game long up front to have any success when they decide to run it.
He just never got started going forward. A huge loss of 8 on the play. This defense has kept them backed up. Now one more stop, and they can get off the field on 3rd and long. He's looking downfield to throw. Turns it loose. And they can't make the connection on 3rd down.
After that incompletion, 4th and long now on your own side of the field, you're trailing in the 4th quarter. What's your go-to play call here in the passing game? Where is the matchup that you trust in to come up with a big one to give yourself a chance to stay alive and win this game?
Down by multiple possessions, they can't come up empty on this drive in the 4th quarter. They'll go for it on 4th down. He'll try to throw and pick up the 1st down. And the incomplete pass turns the ball over on down.
And as a defense, you're like, oh, they're going to draw us offside. They're going to draw us offside. They're not going to go for it.